want to talk about masturbation today. I have some thoughts on masturbation and I really want to share with you guys. I'd appreciate if you let me know your thoughts in the comment section and also subscribe to join the family, and let's get straight into it. Now, the first time I heard about masturbation, I was about 15, 16 thereabout. I was talking to a friend of mine who was in a boys' school. It was in secondary school, and I used to take a phone to school. I mean, it was illegal, but I used to take a phone to school, and at night we talked to the boys, and I mean, childish stuff, right? So this guy, I was talking to him. We were talking about no things. So before I knew, he was telling me he liked me, blah blah blah, and he was like, "Put your hand here. Make sure I touch this, close your eyes, imagine something." You know, masturbation is a lot of artwork, right? Like you need your imaginations to work for you to get that pleasure. And touch your breast, do this. I was like, ew. I was a virgin. Like I didn't know about all these things that I talk about now. I didn't know nothing about them. So I was like, can we stop? Like you're making me uncomfortable. He was like, oh, come on, do this. I didn't. Long story short, I slept. I had dreams that he was an awkward. He wanted to kill me, Basabi. And I was against it because I thought it was a sin and it wasn't right. Like it was, you know. But I have a different opinion about masturbation now, and that is what I want to share with you guys. Now, I think that when it comes to masturbation and sex and all these things, there's nothing like, oh, masturbation is good, oh, masturbation is bad. Like, I don't feel like that, okay? I feel like if it becomes an addiction, like any addiction, like, you know, the saying goes, too much of everything is bad. I feel like if you do it excessively too much, it could be bad to your health and whatnot. I think that when it comes to exploring your sexuality, when it comes to talking about your sexual desires and what you fancy, a lot of women feel shame and guilt talking about it. And so most people, now the narrative is changing. But I know that in the past, a woman would just lay down for a man to pa 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 pa, and then she's just there. She doesn't know what happened. Before she knows she's pregnant, or 10, or 11, when you orgasm that. Sometimes I want to ask my grandma, have you had anything before? Because I feel like they weren't doing it properly. Now that shame, that guilt, I honestly feel like it's a thing in the past. And for us to overcome these things, it is important for you to know yourself. I always say this. How do you know yourself? How do you know that this tickles you or this doesn't tickle you? This gives you pleasure, this doesn't give you pleasure. It's by masturbation. How do women masturbate? I hear some people use cotton buds, but I have a vibrator that I use sometimes. And I think that... Hi, mommy. When you know yourself, it would help you to have a good sexual experience with your partner. Okay, so for me, it is okay for a woman to masturbate once in a while. Maybe you're depressed, you're in a long distance relationship, your partner is sick, and you want to feel happy. If you can make yourself happy, I call that self-service. Please. Myself, service yourself. I don't think it's a bad thing to explore your body. I don't think it's a bad thing to lay down, light some candles, play some good music, and tune your mind and your imagination into some erotic scene and think about whoever you want to think about whilst masturbating. And do your thing in an orgasm. Like it would release your stress, depression, you feel happy and all that. So I think it is okay. Mainly for a woman to explore herself and overcome that guilt and shame that we feel as women when it comes to the topic of sex. So this is my opinion, okay? I don't know the spiritual implication. If it's a sin, then fornication is a sin. Adultery is a sin. Like the 10 Commandments, all those things, sins are sins. So I feel like I don't want to add any spiritual attachments to it. The thing with excessive masturbation is that if you do it excessively, There are men that I have a friend that says that if he masturbated to a time that if he meets with a woman, he doesn't get that pleasure. Even after meeting with his partner, he has to go and train his thing. I think that is where the problem comes in. When your partner doesn't please you unless you go and do your thing, so I feel it has to be in moderation. I've already said that countless times. It has to be in moderation. It has to rather enhance rather than isolate you and destroy your relationship, because your partner can't satisfy you like you satisfy yourself. So that is my thoughts about masturbation. Let me know what your thoughts about masturbation are, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My name is Nanama Anderson, and I will see you in my next episode. Be safe.